Okay, so I want to start by thanking Little Patuxent Review for including the first poem I'm going to read in this beautiful issue. And we only got 5 minutes, so that's it. Keep the ball rolling. Each day is a little life, every waking and rising, a little birth, every fresh morning, a little youth, every going to rest and sleep, a little death. That's by Arthur Schopenhauer. The journey. The diner's nearly empty when you both arrive, except for the 6 or so other patrons and a waitress who calls everyone hun. The fluorescent lights lick the Formica bar and chrome stools, the black and purple beaten booths, and a straw-headed boy staring at you over cold chicken strips, the ketchup, a sticky scab on his plate. He reminds you of the little girls the night before, running through a restaurant in Berlin, Maryland, where you once stayed at a hotel known to be an antique. Its hardwood bathroom floors, the claw-footed tub and its wraparound shower curtain, the portraits of hoop-skirted women twirling parasols, the prairie-style wooden armoire closet, the 2 girls laughing as they ran through the drummer's cafe, stopped at the sight of you and your wife, the only black people in the restaurant that night. When you remember the patrons' darting eyes at your wife's dreadlocks, the way the hostess smiled past you to the white family she sat while you waited, when all around you the consensus seemed to echo the nursery rhyme, how did it get so late so soon? It's night before it's afternoon. You remember the loneliness of feeling like the only one fighting for sanity when the world makes you someone else. You watch your wife rub her full moon and talk to your daughter 27 weeks alive inside her, knowing that each day is a little life. Each step towards progress, a little birth, even if the journey is full of off-ramps, like the one that brought you both to a bright diner on your way home, to the slurping straw that says the blonde boy savoring what's left of his chocolate shake before he sacks out on the plush seat, his mom flipping through a magazine, picking at her fries. You watched him wrapped in his blue blanket as if sleep weren't a little death, as if the world weren't a dark dream, haunted by a boogeyman's appetite for innocent things. And this last poem is for my parents, and it's for the artist of the painting that the poem is named after, Sugar Shack. And if you, I don't know if you saw Good Times, whenever the show would start, it would have that Ernie Barnes portrait there, and Marvin Gaye used it on one of his albums. It was one of the album covers for Marvin Gaye. Looking at Sugar Shack by Ernie Barnes in early November, I stared at women whose backsides curved like hooks. The men snapping their fingers and stretching skinny limbs were a school of fish swimming among anglers. They existed in a world of oil and canvas. They danced as if it was the 1970s, the decade my parents immigrated here from Trinidad. U.S. soldiers were already dying in South Vietnam's rice paddies. My mom wore a white dress with a train. A rice cloud followed my parents from the altar to the church doors. I was looking at Sugar Shack, staring at women swing and slide as if a flame slithered down their spines. I walked through the frame of the painting where Marvin Gaye's banner hung from the ceiling. I crossed the frame like the threshold of a house, Marvin Gaye singing through cracks and pops on a worn 45. A woman who sounds like my mom laughs at a shadow shaped like my father. Then bed springs moan. Marvin's serenade cracks and pops. The 45 moans like the lovers in the next room giggling while they made me. I was looking at Sugar Shack, staring at women whose jelly rhythms turned men into toddlers, learning the shapes of things, having forgotten their names. I walked through the frame and saw my parents single, staring at each other through the crowd. Thank you.